Hello, magical tubers, and welcome back. So let's play some more Final Fantasy Renaissance with me, BlueAnkylo. Almost. So for today, we're gonna make a party of all mages. I've done a lot of solo runs in the last, couple weeks, however long it's been on the channel, and I'm a little bit tired of those because they kind of are turning out to be usually the same. So I haven't 100% decided. I think we might be doing it on New Game Plus, although there's some consequences on whether we go standard or New Game Plus. I think the party will be classes that have Mage in their name get a priority. Although I'm going to go back to this in a second. But I think it's going to be Red Mage, Black Mage, Blue Mage, and I haven't decided the last one. It might be Geomancer. It's probably not Evoker. And it's not Time Mage. Although Mage has... Time Wizards have Mage in the name. This one, we know breaks the game too much. If you bring a Time Mage, it doesn't matter what the rest of the group is, basically. You could bring a White or a Green Mage for support, but that's not my plan to do that. There might be some ways to do some cool bard song. Hold on just a second. Maybe I could have done this in advance. This won't take me too long. I'm just looking up what... Because bards are support classes. They're not mages. But if they can buff mages, that might make for an interesting challenge. I know dancers can, but dancers are a bit too strong. So, I don't want this to be like an easy run. This is still supposed to be a bit of a challenge. How-to guides. We're looking for all the spells. On the Discord, if you're playing along the Final Fantasy Renaissance Discord, there is a channel in guides, how-to guides, I think it is, where a variety of people have submitted. Well, basically, there's this Sir System Error guy or gal who has gathered up a lot of information, like weapons and armors and level ups and stuff. And they are really good for preparing for these challenge runs, so I've been definitely using them. Class stats. Where's the one I'm looking for? Come on. Unrunnable fights. Element. Oh, it must be one of the early ones, sorry. I'm just looking for the one that has all the spells, because the spells include what they do, and sometimes I didn't know what they did when I first ran through it. Guide to all the new spells. There we go. So, if for the bard, if we were to bring a bard as our support, is there anything that makes sense with a mage party? Because I'm looking for some good synergies. That's a lot of the plan here. But the Geomancer might add the most, especially if we start in New Game Plus. But let's see. Bard songs. First one, Absorb. Does help keep us alive a little bit. Second song, Damage. Doesn't matter. Third one, Healing. Something we might not have. Not much of, anyway. Fourth one, Morale. Does nothing. Fifth one, Magic Damage 30%. Maybe. But we don't get that till... basically getting ready for Earth Cave. Sixth Dance, Magic Defense. Pretty good. Crit chance for number 7 doesn't matter. Double XP for number 8 doesn't matter. So basically all we would be getting is potentially some defense, some regeneration, and some magic damage out of the bard. It does have like AoE chip damage, but he's not really a mage. And I'm trying to do a mage run. So like paladins a no, ninjas a no, black belts a no. We've already got red mage. White mage would probably be the strongest. In a very offensive casting group, this would give us basically invulnerability to, like, we would never die. But maybe not what I'm thinking. Dancer also has some good support. I think the Geomancer might be the one I go with. Not a Dragoon, not a Beastmaster. Evoker, if these weren't so bad, yes. This was what I was originally thinking I wanted for my 4-mage group. But they suck so bad. They will never kill anything, I promise you. Even on New Game Plus. By the time the summon takes effect, the 2-turn summons, the rest of the group has won. And yes, Kate Sith is pretty good. Goblin's okay. You know, he can get some healing and stuff as well. It's not enough. Time Wizard would be the strongest, but too strong. Green Wizard... Yeah, I think Geomancer will be fun. So, before I do that, I am going to do one more little time-wasting thing for you guys. There is a strategy that I was thinking of showing off, but chose not to, because this is what would happen if we brought a Time Mage and a Summoner, eventually, at very high levels. Because I've tested this out. This is my gotta catch 'em all save, where there's still actually a couple I haven't caught, but this is the save file where I'm using to get an achievement to catch all the enemies, but it's taking a while. So the thing is, you know how I hate, if this is your first FFR video, I'm sorry, but this is advanced. The good summons take 2 turns to do anything, basically, and they suck so bad. But you know how Time Mage really should be renamed Time God? I think we've learned that by now. Let's get a group. Okay, this is good. This is perfect. Just waste a turn here. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna cast Quick. This is a spell that I don't know if I used when I had my Time Mage last time, because it doesn't really matter. He already breaks the game. I didn't really understand how this works. It's not the same as Quick in the Super Nintendo games, where you basically get like 2 more spells immediately or something. We're just gonna say I actually don't want to use Bahamut because that's too strong. I'm gonna use Shiva only because it probably won't kill everything. Quick goes first, always first, and then once we get our normal summoner turn, we just cast that spell immediately. Huh? Usually it takes 2 turns to charge. Well, let's do that again. This turn you always go first. So, if you happen to bring a Time Mage and an Evoker, and you wait until level 25 plus, and you get access to the Quick spell, they continue to break the game. Now, there's lots of ways to break the game at this level. It's not unique. But basically, Quick, normally, I don't know if this is specifically programmed or a bug, it normally means next turn, the person you target with the spell will go first at the beginning of the round. Which is cool. But on its own, that doesn't sound very good. If you use that on the fighter, that would be like, next turn, he attacks first. Cool. But it doesn't say that it actually... Because Quick also is first strike. This ability, when you cast Quick, always goes first. So you cast this on someone, like a summoner. You will always cast it before the summoner gets a turn. Which means once they get their turn, they will start casting a summon, assumingly that's what we're trying to take advantage of. That summon triggers instantly rather than taking 2 turns. Weird. But that doesn't use up the Quick charge, because they still get to go first on the second turn, which means you can double Bahamut, basically. Assuming you've got the spell slots for it. Which does require a high level, but as you can see, it's pretty good. You also get, if you're wondering, the effects of both buffs. So each of these adds some kind of protection from lightning and enchant, some sort of weapon enchantment for your allies, right? Depending on which summon you use. You can have them both. You can have 2 at a time with this, which is another achievement technically. That's why I did this. Which means it's probably intentional. So you see we've got a Phoenix buff up top. We also cast it in 1 round, although it did take 2 actions to do it. It's still not great, because the summoner can't do it on his own. This is the Time Mage being amazing, not the summoner. But yeah, that lets us do basically an instant... Well, the Time Wizard has to go first, cast Quick, which goes first for sure. And then at some point the summoner will get a turn, and this will heal everyone, revive everyone who's alive. Which is better than taking 2 turns, but you also get this immediately right after. So, and that you can see at the top right there, that is 2 different buffs on. So we're getting double XP and re-raise, I think, from Phoenix. Although at the end of the round, re-raise would go away. But basically the idea is you can get 2 Avatar Favor at a time, which is pretty good. And if you add into the fact that the Time Mage can just teleport out whenever you want, basically, you have as many level 8. I mean, the time mage is... Hey, point is, I wanted to show that off. We're not going to do that. So I just wanted to show it that was an option. I'm not doing an entire run for that. So new game. Let's get to the real game today. I promise. We're only 15 minutes in. New game plus, I think I want to do. So the difference will be you don't normally start with your promoted skills, right? The enemies get double HP, double damage. They give you more experience. You start pre-promoted, which means you get access to all your promotion class skills early. Now, because we're all mages, that doesn't really change our equipment very much, except for the red mage a little bit, and the blue mage a little bit. But generally speaking, like white robe, black robe, sure. But for the most part, all you're really getting is the ability to learn higher level spells, which you're going to be a high level by the time you get there on New Game Plus, and some equipment. But the skills from Renaissance, getting them early is fun. So that's basically what I've decided is to do it like this. Also, it's maybe a better test for, is this strategy going to work? Now, I didn't think of names in advance. We're going to use a little bit of Google Foo here while we're figuring this out, just for funsies. I don't want to rush too much. I want to have a good time. Final Fantasy Red Mages. I don't know how many Red Mages there are. Like, I know it's kind of a niche job. It's like Final Fantasy 1, 3, and 5, and then it's kind of dead after that. Let's see if there's any iconic named, technically Red Mages. Apparently, did you know, Rainmard in Final Fantasy 11, the MMO that I never played, there's an NPC that was a Red Mage that died before you started. Spoilers. No, we're not going to go with that. Is there any other Red Mages? There's a Zodiac sign in 12 for them, I guess, sort of. 13... I guess it's sort of lightning? I don't really know what that means. I didn't play Final Fantasy 13 really at all. I got really bored early on, and that was it. It looks like technically lightning can equip the something. I don't know how that works. Oh, it's Lightning Returns. It's not even the first 13. It's maybe that's just a job she gets. Sure. It's not even normal Final Fantasy 13. Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. 14, it's a job you can choose. That's fine. Tactics Advance, it's a job. We don't have any good names. There's like no named characters that are Red Mages. This is a sham. Well, last time we used Tella? We could go Fusoya. We'll go Fusoya. He's a sage, I think, by general terminology. But that's fine. We'll just go like that. If I can remember how to spell his name. Seeing as Wikipedia did not help me. I think this is it, right? Fusoya, or Lunarian, technically. It'll do. And then Blue Mage. Well, I mean Blue Wizard. This one we did Strago last time. Is there any... I mean, I'll continue my Google Foo here. Maybe I can find another good example. I guess, yeah, Kimari was definitely... We didn't name... Could go with Quina... Quistis. I think I did a Blue Mage named Quistis, maybe? I can't remember. I know I did Strago, because that's, like, maybe my favorite. He's not even that good, but... Is there anyone else that comes up? Nobody I recognize. There might be some similar ones, but no official Blue Mages. Let's go with Kimari, I think. I think I almost named him my first Blue Mage Kimari, and then I changed it to my own blue, because, you know, why not? This is at least someone who's actually from a mainline game. Although I think we're going to run out of letters here. Kimari. It's usually H-R-I, but I don't have enough spaces, so we're going to skip the I. Or skip the H. Murder. Kill me. Then we take a... Black Wizard? We'll put the Geomancer here, or the Elementalist. Do we have any... That's another one. There's not a lot of Geomancers. I guess someone said Mog. I don't know. I don't know about that. Geomancer names. Come on. What do we got? Ramza. I don't know about that. Yeah, Mog's dances are kind of geomancy, sorta. I guess there's somebody in 14 again, but that doesn't really count for me. Not a very common class in the main lines, I don't think. What could we use? Come on, FF Wiki, give me some examples. There's really not very many. I guess we just make somebody up. I think I've already used Mog in my playthrough for Renaissance. I've used a couple of the FF5 characters. Maybe we'll just do one of those again. Have I used Butts yet? He could be here. So we can always bring the Butt. Although I would more often make, like, Lena. Actually, I'm going to go with Lena. Because I usually make the girls, Ferris and Lena, my mages. And then I usually make Butts and Geluf, eventually Kryl into the fighters. And this would be a mage class, usually. Okay, done. Getting a really slow start here. So I've done red wizard, blue wizard, we need black wizard. We've already done a VV. There's at least a few black wizards, right? Who else is an iconic? We could go, I mean, Palom. I always mix up Palom and Porum, but in theory, right? I did VV already. Okay, black mage names. Come on, Google, give me a good one I haven't used yet. Lulu, sure, there we go. We got one from 10. I always forget about Lulu. She's definitely an iconic black mage. Sure. I wonder if there's a reason it's VV, you know, VV and Lulu, how they're, you know, duplicate letters. I wonder if that's meant to be connected like that or not. I don't know. Anyway, sure. Interesting, technically all from games that I've played. Let's get to work. So, generally speaking, I don't want to abuse repels, if I can avoid it. I want to actually play the game without skipping all the fights. So what are we going to have access to? All the black magic, some white magic, all the blue magic, and then fancy geomancy that will never run out, sort of. Generally speaking, I actually have 2 middling armor for up front. It's not even a bad team composition. But what I want to be able to do is do some combos, right? In theory, we can use Bluff to give everyone, all these mages, more intelligence, which they should all be good at. Haven't used this very much, but I have heard really good things for Elemental Seal that I didn't notice the first time I did a run with it. The main thing is the spells cannot be resisted, which means the resistance on enemies doesn't apply. And that's something that might have some very direct effect on when they resist all elements, and we can just ignore that. It's not, I didn't think of that when I first read that skill, but apparently that's how it works. I thought it, because it says deals max damage, I'm like, oh, this is just to make Nuke a little stronger. But it is also to mean you might be able to turn someone to stone very easily. Or just kill them. We're also going to have some of these. I don't think Mana Font is a great limit. We do get... There are some extra skills we'll pick up as we go through the game from our quests. But in theory, we just get better... Like, the Black Wizard Lulu, she will, generally speaking, do the most damage with her AoE spells. Because of Sorcerer. And maybe buff other black magic abilities. Geomancy, because we start pre-promoted, we get Sample, which is what I really think the Geomancer should start with as an evoker, really. But now we get to move stuff around, which could be really cool. I don't know if it's going to matter very much, but being able to bring different terrain into bosses and dungeons, I think should be pretty sweet. We also technically might not take damage in fire. Geostorm is crazy strong later on. And terrain magic is cool. I don't know. In this group, is it going to hold up? We'll find out. Blue magic, we will have to learn as we go. But Skill Lure helps get it targeted. Convergence is really good for focusing down bosses. Or any single target. I don't actually think Azure Affinity is any good. It's kind of a garbage skill or limit, in my opinion. I think the Blue Mage has relatively weak skills, but Blue Magic is good. And finally, our Red Mage starts with the ability to basically change spell slots, which lets you basically use like higher level spells at lower levels, or more high level spells by changing level 1 slots into higher slots. But you can also change like let's say you're level 10, you can go buy a high level spell. Normally you have 0 slots, but you can convert into a slot you already have lots of up to it, basically. So it's cool. This lets us do more limits. So if someone has a really good limit like Geostorm, we could do it twice effectively. And we also get extra chance to do status effects. So this is a very AoE damage and status afflicting group, which should be really good on New Game Plus. At least that's the theory. Let's get to work. 21 minutes in before we get started. I mean, come on. There's lots to talk about. This is kind of a cool combo, I think. Alright, so special jobs. We've learned about this one. I've already solved these quests, but maybe I'll leave this for you guys to try to think of. Where would you get, behind a wall and some extra... Then purchase what you choose. Maybe some ultimate red magic, maybe. This is not a very good quest. It's just, hey, you could probably learn nuclear from a war mech. We'll trade in our bells for a super bell one day. And we can probably get this one pretty early, actually. But Black Mage stuff. It's good old Black Mage sprite. So let's get started. We actually get reasonably decent weapons to start with, oddly enough, for 2 of our party. Not that I expect we'll be using them very much. And pretty solid armor for 2 of our party members. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted a red mage and a blue mage, is they actually make pretty good front row. Not great front row characters. And on New Game Plus, enemies are still going to hit really hard. So they're not really going to be tanking. They're a bit more survivable than average. Now, we're going to have to spend a lot of money on black magic. That's for sure. Lock is never going to matter. I will just get Fire 1, Lightning 1, Sleep. Is there anything from white that we really want? This is our only access to the Cure spell, but it's still so weak. Ruse could be good on the front row character. I will take that. Usually a red mage can't learn that. That's red wizard only for red. And he does have better status affliction on the red wiz, so theoretically some more value out of sleep. And maybe lock. I think we just take single target absorb up, probably not good enough. We'll have a cure for some later on. Okay, those are our... We actually only have 2 casters that need to buy magic. Okay. We will pick up some blue magic after we maybe get a level up. Also, goodbye, Hunter. I hate you. I don't actually hate the Hunter. I just don't think they're very good. So, let's see how we do against some imps. I don't expect we're going to have a huge problem here, because we can put them to sleep, smack them. We could also technically just open with Geostorm, but yeah, so we've learned a little bit about how Geomancy works as well. We do get some healing. So we've got 2 people with some healing. And Leaf Swirl should also probably kill them all, honestly. So I don't think we're going to have any problems on imps. I mean, they might still kill. Oh, the damage is terrible. Okay, Leaf Swirl. Alright, forget that. Let's start over. Please tell me I saved after I bought everything. Okay, cool. They just focus fired my back row character before we got any of the good spells. Classic. Funny. I thought Leaf Swirl would be a little bit better than that, but it is not. Okay, a little bit better this time. They didn't focus down my Black Mage. Yeah, so double dipping sleep probably not going to be my plan long term, but just fun to see how these work. Our physical damage is going to be decent for a little while, but It won't hold out for too long. I mean, Red Mage, Blue Mage might do okay for swinging. They certainly can be buffed by, like, fast and stuff later on. Let's take one more fight, get our level. Maybe this is where what we should really be doing is... Right, I really need to get some blue magic learned. I was gonna say, like, I should just be doing, like, damage. That's... So this was always the problem with Geomancy, is the base damage isn't great. And I suppose it's meant to be like that because you recharge them. They're kind of more of a rechargeable skill than a spell slot from a black mage or any other mage. But, yeah, the basic power of those Geomancy abilities is on the weak end. Once you get the bells, it certainly makes a difference. But until we get bell access... The Geomancy might be our weakest caster, and it might just prove that the Geomancer is weaker than all the other casters. But, you know, we'll give it a try. Who you got? We can learn some stuff here, though. Cerberus, sure. Things will get better for our Blue Mage very quickly. Ow. That's a lot of damage. Let's see if we can put him to sleep. Just smack him. I guess that's not helping. Paralysis would be pretty good if it works. And I guess lightning. We get the sleep. We get the paralyzed. Okay, that's pretty sweet. We woke him up, but it doesn't really matter because he's a paralyzed little guy. And we could also get some healing in here. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm feeling like we're gonna have a lot of potential synergies in this group. Going all magic. Maybe more than I can keep track of, but even just like general terrain plus bluff might be pretty good. I don't know. Assuming that boosts our Geomancy. Looks like this on New Game Plus. I gotta remember these guys actually get quite a lot of HP. Learning blue magic in New Game Plus can be a bit of a challenge, but we got it. We got it. There's another one in. If I gotta remember where all my blue magic is again, but. I think it'll be okay. I did do a solo blue mage earlier, so I should know all this stuff. Totally know where the other one is. Isn't there another one in town here? Okay, hold on. I've got a tab with this open because I was looking up all the bard magic. I don't want to spend too long with you guys just bumping my head against it. Where's my blue mage list? Here we go. Level 1 blue magic. Scorch. It's in the castle, so we can get snorting. Nothing barely worth it, but let's go pick it up. It's in the castle. Yeah, I remember now. It's the guy way back here, right? Not that one, but this one. Yeah. We will need to do a skill lure. And we have to not kill it too quickly. Sure, darkness is fine. Well, it just decided to punch really hard. That's... Well, the good news is we only get like 1 XP from this fight. I'm trying to keep our experience close. That still might make this a little bit tricky. I mean, we're not going to kill it in 1 hit. Skill lure... We did hit it with darkness, it just didn't matter. Damage. A lot of these Geomancy abilities are going to be pretty bad. Okay, that should have triggered it. Maybe I could have used the limit first, but... It resists fire, so probably not worth scorching it. I mean, we might... With the Black Mage dead, we might not have enough damage here. That's kind of funny. I mean, I can ruse up. We'll win eventually. Well, I think the Blue Mage needs to be alive is the problem. I guess if we're doing melee attacks, maybe this won't be so bad after all. Geomancy for the win. I should also have picked up... I should sample immediately just so I've got them. It's just more spells early on, basically. Yeah, because I'd have something in my reserves if I picked them up. Stay alive. We're getting a lot of attack up from that spell, you know? Terrain on New Game Plus might be one of the better ones. I mean, we didn't need it that much, but yeah, okay. We'll definitely take that. Cool. I mean, I'm enjoying... I really like my brain. It's an itch. We're scratching an itch in my brain here, using different skills and synergies, trying to figure stuff out, I think. I think this will be pretty fun. Now, I also think we could probably go kill Garland right now. Can you check? Yeah, you can check from the menu here. What of these would I like to have against Garland? We can get Forest, Plain, Swamp. This one might just kill him immediately, actually. How much HP does he have? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of funny. Sure, we'll do that. Can we kill Garland at low levels? If you got a Geomancer that's pre-promoted, at least, yes. Might die on the way there. There's also Swamp Magic. This is, I think, one of the worst ones, because morale sucks. Removes poison is pretty niche. Poison damage is pretty niche. And fire is decent, but... you know, there are better terrain skills to hold on to. Let's go say hello. Hi there. I think, unfortunately for you, maybe just put to sleep, maybe just darked. Probably, though, just killed. And, you know, maybe put to sleep. Yeah. Ineffective? What? What? Alright, Convergent Scorch. I thought for sure that would work. He has less than 300 HP. Why doesn't this work? I'll have to read that ability again. We could slow him. That doesn't do anything. I guess get a little bit of armor. I don't know. 40 damage. 26 is not that amazing. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty low level. That's not going to help. Out of spells already, because we're at level 2. I did come here at a pretty low level, that's fair. Maybe we bluff. I don't know. Maybe we should have done that earlier. We have so few spell slots. The problem was I was very much expecting Cave-In to work. That would be just a random one. We can also do like some extra healing. That's okay. We do get a boosted fire spell here at least. With the int buff. I mean, we're getting pretty close. So level 2 I think is still viable. I just didn't get the cheese kill. Maybe I should have gone Elemental Seal. I don't know. Alright, we got him. No problem. We did more melee damage than I was expecting, but... hey, New Game Plus, all mages, no problem. Alright. Next blue spell is at Provoka. Although I might pick up the one at Dwarf first, just so I have my damage spells on the left, like I prefer. The last level 1 spell is at C, which is post-Provoka. Although I think we go talk to Matoya on this run. Should we do some fights? I don't know. Random imps don't matter, right? Alright. So, if we can talk to Matoya right now, we take a Mad Pony? Sure. Oh, Oh, I was gonna check. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let's save our spell slots, because Snare should work. There we go. Not very much XP, though. We're almost level 3. So what happened with Snare? It said it's like Quad X automatically works with less than 300 unless they resist Earth. There's no way. Right? How did it not work against him? This is exactly the kind of situation where Quad X should work. Like, I guess it has to be the boss family makes him immune to it, but that's dumb. It should say immune to insta-death or something. Stealing my fun away from me here. Oh, I gotta remember... I have to rebuild those. Resample. In the early game with sample, you gotta use that a lot. Because you know you don't have very many slots, basically. We can barely beat a Grimp. We got it. Level 3 go. Recharge. Every time you press that button, you just recharge. So out on the overworld, a promoted Geomancer basically has infinite spell slots. Sorta. Just not all at once, you know. So, in theory... Yeah. The priming ability. We finished a Black Wizard quest. Now, that one's not going to happen very often. I think it'd be cooler if this applied to the whole party. But... Now... if we keep casting the same element spell on Lulu, it gets strong. And that actually sounds like something Lulu had in Final Fantasy X. I bet you this ability came from Final Fantasy X. It sounds like something for sure that she did. You just keep casting Farraga until it does 99,999 damage. I don't know if that was something that really happened or if I'm imagining it, but maybe. Double Grimp. Put him to sleep. Burn him. Free healing, sort of. Burn him. They got, I think, 32 on New Game Plus. Yeah, I mean, we're getting there. So now, this next fire spell will do more damage, right? Like, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's going to make a bigger impact on New Game Plus than anything else. Like, on normal mode, you just win the fight so much that it's hard to imagine casting the same elemental spell more than 2 or 3 times ever in a fight. Especially with the intelligent boost and stuff now. But in theory, on New Game Plus with extra HP, maybe. So far, I'm enjoying our... Let's try a Geostorm. Let's see how much damage it does. Yeah, it's already stupidly overpowered. It's just going to get worse. Geostorm is kind of maybe overtuned. I don't know why. Some limits are just... I think Geostorm might be the strongest limit. 100 damage at this point in the game is already kind of too much. I mean, it's all good. It's all fun. I love it. I'm not really complaining. I'm just saying, like, it's pretty strong. Maybe put him to sleep. That'd be nice. Iguana's hit pretty hard. And we woke him up immediately, of course. Yeah, 66 damage, fire 1 feels good. That's a powerful level 1 spell. Although the Geomancy wasn't too far off. Let's save our heal potion and just use a cure spell or 2. Let's see if we can rush through this at a reasonably low level without grinding. This should be the last fight before Provoka, probably. Yeah, the ability to put enemies to sleep reliably and then AoE them down, even at low levels, is pretty cool. Yeah, I like... you know what? I like this party. This might be my favorite party so far. Starting promoted is so much more fun. Like, it might be too easy, but the access to all the skills is really cool. I might have run out of spell slots. I thought I'd have a little bit more. I thought we'd be done by now. Did I pick up something? Of course not. Oh, well, no, we're fine. Never mind. Never mind me. Oh, you could bluff a Geostorm? Yikes. Boy, when I said Geostorm was strong, I didn't remember I didn't know that it got buffed by bluff. The bluff buff. Does that just kill everything in the game? I mean, I know it's a limit. You can't spam it too many times. I mean, we don't even need it here, but like, sure. Is this the real play? You bluff and Geo? Okay, it didn't do as much damage here. I think it might do more damage if an enemy is weak to an element. The creep was weak to fire. Maybe that doubles its damage, and then like every weakness doubles it again or something. I don't know. Anyway, obviously this is not the hard part for us. That was great. We don't buy anything. I'll buy some clubs. The mages have so little armor, and the enemies hit so hard on New Game Plus that it's probably worth picking up, I guess. Is there anything we want to buy at level 2 spells? I mean, Temper will be nice. Slow, Dark. I think for Lulu we pick up Ice. And then Temper and... I mean, the Red Mage will have better chance at hitting these. Slow... Dark does almost nothing. Slow is very situational. But at least it works on a couple enemies. It's kind of a waste of 400 gold. There's not a lot of good white magic at level 2, though, right? Lamp is completely useless. Mute, I probably want. Invisible, no. Anti-lightning, maybe? The problem is anti-lightning kind of is solving the same problem Mute does, and Mute is better. Especially if we can bluff Mute, that's probably going to work pretty reliably. Is there anything else that I would want the Red Mage to have besides Mute? I mean, another Temper caster wouldn't hurt. Maybe Slow just to take advantage of his... like, Ice, I don't think he needs it. So what am I thinking? Mute, Temper, Slow? Or Dark just for the lulz? Red Mage plus Dark Knight would be pretty good. Because you'd get Dark easily. Or at least quite easily. Mostly easy. We're not going to have a lot of buffing abilities in general. Anti-lightning? Maybe I go Mute, Alit, and Temper. Dark and Slow just aren't that important. And we'll get Slow too for stuff like Kraken if we want it anyway. Yeah, okay. Convince myself we'll do a little bit of a varied... Red Mage will probably end up taking a lot of white magic because we don't have any white magic access. So that kind of makes some sense. We'll pick up a couple black spells here and there, but we've got a black wizard that has them all anyway, basically. Anything I want. Okay, let's go. I do have Flash available in here for the Blue Mage, but I'm going to go pick up Heat first. And I guess we should probably pick some tents up, because we're going to need some saving. Strong to fire, maybe darkness. And we do have some blue magic stuff that gives you darkness. Oh, it's nice to get Thunderbolt at sea. That's cool, too. Yeah. And it stunned him. That's cool. He's got to be nearly dead. Is that... So I think stun... I'm not sure how often this comes up, but there is like paralysis, which is a long-term stats effect that has a small chance to break every turn. Stun might just be the one that only lasts a single turn. Yeah, the water effects aren't bad. It's just you're fighting water enemies, so, you know, it tends to not work very good. That's why you need to sample. I keep forgetting already. There we go. And the fact that the Black Mage's spells keep getting better, it's a nice way to just take a couple level 1 spells and just keep Fire, Ice, Lightning over and over again. Eventually starts doing damage. Still, he might be better off bluffing, depending on what we're trying to do. I don't have any AoE Lightning yet. Let's just leave this one. I forgot to buy my tents. Let's just assume that our group is super strong and doesn't need to worry about that. You get a little bit of money. And someone in here has an Agama. I always miss him. This guy? Oh, and you need the Blue Mage. There. Okay. Starts with fire, of course. Hopefully that has learned us the spell already. We could... He does hit pretty hard too, though. We want to put him to sleep, maybe. Snort if we can. I think he gets multi-attack, so slow's not totally worthless. He is weak to ice, though. Got him with sleep, that's nice. Got him with ice for mega damage. Got him with darkness. So don't hit him, so he maybe stays asleep a little bit longer. Maybe put on a cure spell. Maybe... Hopefully we've learned the heat already. We are not a very high level, though. I don't want to physically attack him. Small amount of healing and armor could be okay. Ice might kill him. He wakes up. He's still alive. Okay, okay. Just go for damage now, maybe? Sure, we got him. And we got it. Cool. I mean, that's not a huge issue, but I like having my damage spells. It's just menuing is a little bit quicker. I can't save because, you know, I didn't buy any tents. We're not going to need to save where we're going, though. Just going to run away from the poison snakes. Well, that cost me 70 bucks. If I'd had a 10 time, could have just reset out of it, but nope. 10s would have cost the same amount. Wouldn't have changed anything. Let's just try to run. Or swim. Alright, we free. Let's probably buy a couple of these. And a couple of these. We definitely want to spend a bunch of money in Elfland. We can go back to Provoka to get Flash, which is pretty solid. I also need to get Gaze off of one of those Odd Eyes. I need to. I mean, it's nice to have all the spells, basically. But we should probably buy some better stuff down in Provoka first. Can we win this fight? Let's just go get Lightning 2 first. It'll make these kinds of things a lot easier. Don't have to really think about them. So there's some weapons we could buy. I don't think that's important. What is important is, like, Lightning 2 is very strong. Fire 2 is very strong. Maybe the Red Mage gets those. Maybe they don't need them. Anti-fire, we could stick to getting one of each elemental protection, which does help until we get ribbons. Maybe we take hold. We've got a couple ways to paralyze. Do I take Cure 2? He's not taking any sweepers then. But the Geomancer, the Blue Mage has got a lot of sweepers too. Like, we don't need every single person in the group to have Lightning 2, kind of. Hold is not too bad, especially on a Red Mage. I think I want the Red Mage to have Hold. He probably should get Lightning 2 as well. Do I want Cure 2? No. No. I don't need it. We're going to go Lightning 2, hold Anti-Fire, but we're going to run out of money. So I think first and foremost, let's buy a couple copper bracelets for our mages. At least the really fragile mages. 4 armor is a lot more than 1. Get those geared up. And then the front row mages can't do much either, I guess. I'd probably get a cap and glove for them eventually, but doesn't make much difference. No one can equip scarves, or they'd be for sale here, so we can forget about that. And let me get that hold spell. So we'll still pick up anti-fire and eventually anti-ice. We actually can't even cast these yet. I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but that's good. And then in terms of weapons, I mean, yeah, of course, I've got 2 people who can use silver swords. I probably won't end up buying any of the weapons, though. Or at least I'm going to try not to. So we can learn some blue magic. That's kind of the next step. I guess we get stare. Can't remember which one's which. I think it's in the, yeah, there's a witch back at the back right. I think that's the one that's level 3 or level 2. The other one's level 3. Yeah. So we need that stare to hit Kimari, which is a bit annoying. Still... Oh, I did recharge. I guess when you go to the inn, these recharge as well, huh? That is good. That is good. Sure, a little bit of absorb. It won't really make much difference. Yeah, there's not much we can do until we know Kimari's been hit by the right spell. Okay, there. Hopefully that's enough to learn it. Let's see if we can get some damage. And mute might be nice, honestly. We can try a convergence heat. We can try non-elemental damage or a little bit of healing, maybe? I don't think he has access to his other spells like the eye usually does. Paralysis would be nice if we can get that off, actually. Let's try that. And then bluff first. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. And silence. Sure, why not? Cool. Paralyzed silence, we win, right? Definitely enjoying the build, I think. Yeah. Being able to afflict statuses really reliably. Like, we kind of just get stronger the longer the fight goes on for a lot of these fights. Pretty cool. Alright, the next blue spell, let's see. Well, we can try. It's a level 3 one. Oh, it's an Elfland. Not the one in the castle yet. The castle one is Stinger, and we don't want it on the left slot. There is someone here that will teach us, well, potentially teach us another one. Maybe I should get a little bit of money and learn anti-fire, though. We'll see. Out of the way. I can never remember which one it is. There we go. Red Hydra. So we're gonna get cremated. Yeah, we're gonna get anti-fire first. That's a little bit too strong. So we haven't done this yet. We're almost up. Oh man, we're almost out of time. We're running out of time so fast. But we can force these encounters, and honestly, although I don't have a lot of AoE just yet, normally this fight should be pretty safe. I guess I could Geostorm them. That would always work. They're not actually resistant to fire like all the other water enemies. They're... You know, Stormy Seas worked out pretty well, too. Put them to sleep again, heat them again. Tidal wave them. The fact that we can use bluff every turn is pretty cool for this party. This is what I really wanted to have, was a black mage that can bluff people. Sure, they're good on their own, but the ability to basically just supercharge the other casters I think is really neat. Yeah. That's level 5. And some good money. Technically enough, but we'll do one more fight. I'll try to get the rest of my blue magic before, because I might do a little bit of grinding between episodes, just for money mostly. Like, no reason not to get a couple level ups before going to Marsh. And I'll want heal potions. We're gonna take damage. Well, why don't I just do Geostorm? I hadn't even really thought of that. I guess they're not weak to anything, so we're getting less damage, but still pretty solid. That limit is great. We might as well fight some ogres. They're right here. Maybe one, maybe two. Somewhere in here. There they are. Put them to sleep. Burn them a little bit. Probably just kill one. We do have access to the bigger one now as well. The big spell. Yeah, that's feeling good here. I think, you know, our powers might not like, we're gonna take a lot of damage. We're never gonna be very tanky with this group. And as New Game Plus enemies scale up, like, it's gonna be kind of a rush to see if we can kill them quickly with our AoE magic. But as we get more spell slots, I think we'll be doing pretty well on that. Yeah, Blue Mage is a little bit on the weak side right now, but we'll definitely power up. And Lightning 2 should still get a lot of the work done here. Stormy Seas works really well on this fight. I have to give that credit. I mean, Lightning 2 is going to be Lightning 2 as always, but... Like, don't count that Geomancer out. Always pick up something, and then they're doing just fine. Okay, let's see if we can get Cremate. I guess I should get Flash as well. That one will be much easier, though. Oh, right. The whole reason I made a little bit of money there. Yeah, our money income is great, too. Like, we just made 3 grand in a few fights. On New Game Plus, usually money is not your problem. I mean, if you buy a lot of repels or ninja scrolls, sure, but generally speaking, that's not the issue. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Okay. Did I save after I bought it? Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't have any spell slots level 3. Technically... that's not always true, because we can say, yes, I do, which is pretty cool. Now, I think those get reset after we go, after we, what am I trying to say? Go to the inn. But I want to show off some of our tricks, right? Not all still paralyzed. Let's put them to sleep. I think we'll be just doing skill lure. Well, no, Kumari should be fine next time. Let's get a little bit of free healing in, and I probably won't need a level 3 Lightning 2 spell for the red Hydra. Okay. This was mostly just to set up anti-fire. I don't know. Maybe there's better ways to set up. I want to restock my... because we got a nice healing spell for that one. And we can save here, which doesn't change our spell slots. And technically we get 1 spell slot all that and it doesn't matter. Well, we can maybe get a hold off or something. Still. I like the idea of getting spells ahead of time via convert. Oh. Hell, you can grass terrain from inside a town? That's kind of neat. I didn't know that. Alright, so you immediately get burned. Then we go anti-fire and maybe some... Oh, that's right. I didn't actually recharge. Well, we can... Oh, can you not? Because this is grass terrain, I can't use a stalked grass? That's... Yeah, okay. I forgot about that specific mechanic. Not my favorite. Do we just try to kill him? Ah, well, yes, in that case. Sure. Yeah. In that case, just do the easy way. Just do it the easy way, Blue. Why are you making it hard on yourself? I mean, anti-fire didn't do anything either, I know. But okay, so we've got access to level 3. It's kind of like Fire 2, a little bit weaker. I need Gaze from an Odd Eye, Flash from the Sea, and Stinger from here. Maybe I'll get these 3. We're going a little bit longer than an hour for my first episode. But you know what? You guys sat through like 20 minutes of yapping. So you get a little bit of a longer episode. You're welcome. Alright, everyone's going to have to buy some pure potions now. Great. I guess we converge a cremate. Although, honestly, what we really do is just... I'm going to have to not abuse this too much. Because this might just trivialize, like, every fight. It's pretty strong. Maybe too strong. Maybe. We are on New Game Plus. The enemies get bonus HP, but we're still pretty much able to just wipe them with one limit turn. I can definitely get the one in... what am I trying to say? The skill from the Provoka fixed encounter. The enemies do hit us hard, though. Like, as much as I think this has been a pretty fun opening, generally speaking, not too difficult so far. It would be nice to have a couple silver swords, which maybe I'll buy in between episodes. Not that we need them, per se, but we're feeling pretty strong, except that, you know, enemies definitely hit us for a lot of damage, you know. We've got a pretty good sweep. I mean, we've got amazing sweep potentials, amazing status afflictions. But if we ever fail to get set up like turn 1, we get punished really hard, which I think is really fun. This might be maybe not the most glass cannon-y party you can come up with, but it's pretty glass cannon-y. Alright. Auto flash. Joke's on you, we don't care about that. We go convergent. I don't know. Have I ever tried convergent stare? Big Eye should resist all the fire, but they should... This is non-element. I don't know if that gets doubled, though. Thunderbolt should work pretty well. But that bluff into hold, I think, is pretty solid. Yeah, paralyzed and stunned. Different... It didn't matter. It does look like you can still boost the stare, because that was a lot of damage. I mean, bluff would have worked, but it's possible that convergence select does single target, doubles its base damage. There's not very many single target blue spells, but this is one. So you probably still double it, which is better than cremate against something that resists fire, I think. But then again, it may have just been the blue magic bluff that really made that really good. But just, oh man, this is gonna scale so well. Doubling your intelligence is neat, but our intelligence isn't very high yet. It's gonna keep going up though, every level up for most of the... Oh, I think everyone except Red Mage is like guaranteed to get 1 intelligence per level. So that's pretty sweet. Is there any other blue magic we can pick up? Yeah, technically. There's only... Well, there's two, technically. They're both difficult in their own way. Do we try? I think we save that for next episode. Well, I'm going to try to get Gaze. It's just an odd eye on the sea. The level 3 one, it would be nice to have anti-ice. And the level 4 one is going to be a bit dangerous. Also nice to have anti-ice. So a couple ice spells coming up for our Blue Mage. We'll try to get those before Marsh. But I think what I'll do is I'll skim the water for some odd eyes. Get a little bit of money, maybe a couple levels. I don't want to grind a lot, but, you know, I want to... The Paralyze would be nice to have here for sure. But yeah, I think that's my plan. I guess maybe Lightning 2 might be better than Bluff in this scenario. Depends what we're going for. Yeah, those kinds of spells are still decent. But, yeah, let's stare them down. I mean, we can always just Geomancy to win, or whatever it's called. Geostorm to win. Right, Tidal Wave is terrible. That's... I mean, I've talked about that plenty, but yeah, unfortunately a lot of the good Geomancy spells, they just don't work on the enemies you fight in that terrain. So it's kind of a major failure. We will need level 4 slots to do the anti-ice strat. So a couple level ups won't hurt. We are on New Game Plus, so the levels come very quickly. But I'm going to end the episode here, I think. I'll get my my Odd Eye spell, and I'll get a couple levels and enough money to maybe buy some level 4 spells. We can buy something else for there as well, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys are excited for the black, or well, not exactly black magic, but the offensive magic casting only group with a tiny little bit of support magic. See you guys next time. Have a great day. Magic out.